This is Ling Chi brush painting for beginners, and today we're going to do hibiscus. The focus is on the flower, and let me talk about the material. We are painting on our Double Xuan AO. The skewer number is P24A, and this is an old double pole single sheet Xuan. So it's a little bit confusing. It's a single Xuan but double material, and the paper is really old, over 20 some years. So paper is stable, doesn't run as much. It's a good quality color reaction to anything you want to paint, and then good gradation on the ink color. And the brush I'm going to use for the flower, I'm going to use the Lotus, full Lotus. And for the flower, for the leaves, the center, I'm using Happy Dot for the center, and then Flow for the center to hold the calyx. And the sample painting here is done on either Phoenix brush, or you can use Unicorn, which is much bigger than the full Lotus. And then these two brushes are a little bit pricier, so I'm using the full Lotus. Both are large combination brush. You can also use Super Flow, and because we're doing the beginners, so I assume you don't have this high-end big combination brush. So we're doing the flower with this. And then this part we're using Happy Dot, calyx, and then this part we're using the flow brush, and then this we're using the mountain horse vine, or you can also use pine needle large. And then the leaves we're using the same as the flower petal, which is a large combination brush, either full Lotus or Phoenix or Unicorn, as I showed it before. And then the color, because the flower takes so much color, so I'm not using the palette, because in case I'm running out of color. So I use our rattan yellow for the color, and then I'm also using the Sakura White for the petal. And then the leaves, I'm using the indigo and yellow, have two tones, and then Bass Bottle ink. And I talk more as I go. And then the center of the flower, I'm using the palette of Kuretake. You can also mix the color with your companion set. So this is the rouge plus purple. And then the branch, I'm using brown with green and a little red. And this is bleed-proof white with yellow. So these are the colors. So now let me start painting. So I'm using the Happy Dot to painting the calyx of the, try it up. bleed-proof white with yellow. We were going to record yesterday, but then ran out of time, so everything is a little dry. So this is bleed-proof white with the yellow. And then I'm going to darken it, add a little yellow for the center so it show up more. Okay, and then I'm going to use the flow brush for this red part. I'm going to add a little ink. Usually, I don't like to put the ink in the same flower dish because it might contaminate the other color. So I'm pouring in a single dish on its own. So the center of the flower is going to be 5 pieces because that's going to the base of my petal. So make sure that you think about this is coming from the middle. Two, 3, 4, and 5. So this is important. This is where all the petal is going to come together. So for the petal, I'm going to use the Sakura White, which is right here, which is different from the center. The center, I'm using the bleed-proof white. These are both are important for this subject. At the beginning, I didn't talk about it. And then I rinse the tip a little bit, and then I load my yellow, and then I blend. And I load my yellow, and then blend. So it's very important you think about this first petal is toward this piece. So I'm going to do the second petal is coming looking for this piece. And then the center I go from, still looking for this second. Okay, the third petal, I'm looking for this piece. Each time I load white because it takes so much paint for a big petal like this, and then each stroke I need to reload. And then the third petal, I'm looking for this piece. You can see because I have bleed-proof white here, so it doesn't cover, it doesn't make the center disappear. So then the third petal is toward this piece. So important to have your brushes that thinking about this petal is coming home to this piece. So this is my fourth petal. And then the last petal is coming toward this piece. Center, making sure. So before the center is completely dry, but it's kind of semi-damp, you don't want to do it right away. I'm using the red, use my mountain horse, and a little bit ink to make some dot to popping the center up. And then I'm using my happy dot. Use some more bleed-proof white. To make sure that it doesn't wash out with the petal. All right, and then I'm going to use the happy dot with the red for this vein of the petal. So 2, 1, and 1. And this is 2. So they are coming toward the middle of the flower, and then 1.
And that brush is Mountain Horse Fine.
Mountain Horse Fine, yes. So all the veins are toward the center of the flower. So then I finish my leaves. So this is where the center of the flower coming. That's where I need to make sure that my leaves are following that. So now I'm going to use the same petal brush, which is either Full Lotus Super Flow for the smaller flower, or you can use Phoenix. So I first load lighter green, darker green, and then ink, and I blend. Okay, so So all the leaves is like a skirt following the, holding the flower. Add a little red on this one. Okay. And then on this side. This is another leaves with the ink. Okay. And then I'm going to use the flow brush for my stain. You can, this time if you have twig brush, and that's, or larger mountain horse, that's also a good brush for the. So this is my main branch. It's going to hold coming down here. Okay, and then following this, I have another branch. And I'm using my full Lotus brush again. Little green, fresh leaves coming that way. Then, because the shape of the flower, I'm going to add another to use the flow brush, connect this with the bottom. And this way I finish my hibiscus. So happy painting. Let us know if you have any questions on our comment line. We'll do our best to answer any question you have.